a Facebook page and a Twitter account of Scotland Against Monsanto, which will, this march is essentially a springboard towards further actions.
Well, there's a few more than the 20.
And he's going to talk to us a bit about this issue. I'm going to set up the evidence quickly, so bear with me. Okay. We need seed freedom!
We need seed freedom!
Food for everyone!
Food for everyone!
Occupy!
Monsanto!
Occupy!
Monsanto!
Occupy!
Monsanto!
One solution, let it grow!
One solution, let it grow!
Say no to their GMOs!
Say no to GMOs!
Food for people, not for profit!
Food for people, not for profit!
Science for people, not for profit!
Science for people, not for profit!
Occupy!
Monsanto!
Occupy!
Monsanto!
We want food democracy, not a seed monopoly!
We want food democracy, not a seed monopoly!
Hi, my name's Pete. I'm not going to keep you very long.
Louder!
Okay, my name's Pete. Can you hear me now?
Yeah!
Right, I'm not going to keep you long, but we spent a lot of time chanting this afternoon. I'm all in favour of chants. But we've been doing a lot of saying, say no to Monsanto. Okay? Now, I just want to say something about Monsanto's influence on food in Scotland. As a farmer, I'm an organic farmer. Even if I wasn't an organic farmer, I wouldn't be planting GM seeds because we don't grow GM crops in Scotland. As an organic farmer, I'm not allowed to grow GM crops anywhere. That's why I'm an organic farmer. Okay, so Monsanto, don't come and bully me. My neighbour doesn't grow GM crops and have them come over my fence and bugger up my crops, right? So I am not directly affected day to day by Monsanto seeds. But I'll tell you what I am affected by day to day to day. I'm affected by the fact that every one of you who goes to the supermarket, any supermarket except Waitrose, you buy milk. Anybody here buy milk? Right, who buys milk here? Come on. Right? Okay. Who buys eggs here? Who buys chicken here?
Yeah.
Whoever eats chicken when they go out? I do! Right. Okay. Who eats pork?
Yeah.
Right? If you eat cheese, if you eat butter, if you eat eggs, right? If you have any animal product out of any supermarket in Scotland, apart from Waitrose, then you are saying yes to Monsanto 3 times a day. Okay, so you want to say no to Monsanto, stop buying their soya. Okay, anybody here wear clothes? Yes! Okay. Every time you buy clothes, you are supporting GM cotton unless you know it's not. And the only way you know it's not is you buy organic cotton.
Yeah.
Okay? That's a tough call. That's a really tough call. But you are saying yes to Monsanto every time you buy cotton that's from GM cotton. And you don't know whether it is or not, do you? Because it doesn't say it on the label. Okay? And why doesn't it say it on the label? It doesn't say it on the label because your government doesn't have a voluntary scheme to put GM ingredients on the labels, right? But it could do. Under European law, it could do. So you've got some very simple things you can try to do. You can get GM labeling on all food that's got GM in the animal feed, and you get GM labeling on all clothes that's got GM in the cotton. That's not hard, right? That's doable. That's actually doable. If the biggest supermarket in France can label food as GM-free, then so can supermarkets here, if they want to. But one of the first things you can do is you can buy some vegetables from this guy standing here at the back, right? Because this guy grows organic vegetables, and he works his arse off growing organic vegetables, and he's been doing that for 15 years, right? And he doesn't earn a lot of money doing it, right? And it needs people like you to buy his vegetables so he can stay in business, so you can say no to Monsanto. So say no to Monsanto, say yes to East Coast Organics, okay? It's not hard. That's what it means. Okay, I'm just going to say a couple more things and then I'm going to shut up, right? 99% of all the GM crops that are grown either go to biofuels, or they go to textiles, or they go to animal feed. Overwhelmingly, it's animal feed and biofuels. That's what they go for. So whenever you're in the pub, if you go to the pub, or in a cafe, or in your house, and somebody says to you, but isn't GM about feeding the world? You just say, not at the moment, and not anytime soon. Right? It's the big lie. It's about producing commodity crops for profit. It has nothing to do with feeding the world.
Too right.
Okay? And when they say to you that surely GM is producing crops that can survive drought, surely GM is producing crops that can live on salt, surely GM is producing crops that can fix nitrogen, you just say, show me one of those crops, because they don't exist. But I'll tell you what does exist. A new wheat being grown with conventional breeding techniques down in Cambridgeshire,
Yep.
which is likely to produce 30% more wheat. And how they did that was they just did plant breeding. And they didn't put a gene in from a fish. They went back to the precursors of the wheat, to the old goat grasses, and they took some selectivity traits out of that, and they blended it in with the modern wheats. So you're going to get a wheat which needs less fertilizer, less pesticide, produces more without GM. And hey, you know what? There's public sector funding in that plant breeding program, which means that a corporation won't be able to patent that, right? say no to Monsanto and say yes to the good stuff. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Pete. Okay, so you've been listening to me all day, and you get to hear me again. As you can see, as I've been running around in a panic, I've lost my speech, so I'm just going to wing this, okay? Oh, Amy saves the day. All right. So this, I did not write the speech myself, but I did find it, so take credit for that. But that's okay. Have you guys heard of a woman named Vandana Shiva?
Yes!
All right, well, she's my hero, basically. She started a seed-saving bank in India when Monsanto made its way over there and started to take over their cotton fields. And she stood up to Monsanto. And guess what? She won. She sued them. For once in the history of Monsanto, someone was able to sue them back. So that was, yeah, one round of applause for that. She goes around and she gives talks, and she works with farmers on the field. And this is so windy. And she wrote this fantastic speech for all the people who came and organized the March Against Monsanto, which is a global movement. And I'm going to read it out to you guys today. On the 25th of May, people across the world, wherever they are, whatever they do, will be standing up to march against Monsanto. The March Against Monsanto is inspired by the love for freedom and democracy, the love for the earth, the soil, the seed. And it is our deep love for life on earth and freedom that makes all of us march against Monsanto. And we stand in solidarity with everyone from the Seed Freedom Movement, catalyzed by Navdanya, that is her Seed Freedom Movement. Monsanto has become the center stage for the destruction of our seeds, our diversity, our food, and our freedom. Beginning with the 1980s, when Monsanto drafted the laws imposing patents on life, even though life can't actually be invented, and therefore is not patentable. More recently, the Supreme Court of the United States has upheld Monsanto's totally illegitimate patent right on seed in the Bowman versus Monsanto case. And Monsanto writes into the U.S. budget law a Monsanto Protection Act, making it immune from any court action to protect diversity, to prevent contamination of the kind by Monsanto that is fighting to defend the rights of organic seeds and producers. In India, we have a very strong and very good law under the Environment Protection Act. It predates the Earth Summit, it predates the Convention on Biodiversity, it predates the Cartagena Biosafety Protocol, and it's meant to regulate GMOs. Because we use the law to stop the Bt gene, the Bt brinjal, there's been attempts by Monsanto to write a Monsanto Protection Act. It is called the Biotechnology Regulatory Act of India. It's a deregulation act, but in typical Monsanto doublespeak, it's called a Regulatory Act. It would throw citizens into jail for challenging GMOs, and it is taking away the federal rights of our state governments, who are a major player in stopping the Bt eggplant. And in Europe, the European Commission, which has become an extension of Monsanto through hundreds of lobbyists that work on a daily basis, there's another Monsanto Protection Act being shaped to make it illegitimate and illegal for gardeners and farmers to have their own seeds. This is a new form of fascism. It's a new form of dictatorship. Today, this new fascism is over life itself in all its diversity. It's not just controlling one religion and one race. It's wanting to outlaw all diversity of all life on Earth and the rights of the producers as well as the eaters of food. After all, the huge onslaught against any attempt for labeling GMO foods in the US is part of this Monsanto dictatorship. That is why the March Against Monsanto is a march for freedom. And this march is not just for the 25th of May. We will have to carry it on every day of our lives as we plant our seeds and save our seeds. And we stand up in resistance with our gardens of resistance, growing healthy food, nurturing the soil and the seed, thanking the ancestors of those seeds and the future generations, handing over to our future generations the care and custody of our precious diversity. Let us plant gardens of resistance against the new form of fascism. We will set the earth and her diversity and people with their diversities free. So once again, that was Vandana Shiva. If you ever need inspiration in this long fight against Monsanto, look her up. She's fantastic. So today we came to the Parliament to express our concerns and express that we as people are aware of Monsanto's doings. We are not stupid. We are not fools. As much as Monsanto likes to treat us like we are not. Look how many people turned out today. And if you think about all the countries that got involved in this, you will know that this fight will be won. And we will be on the side that wins. We will be the ones who take back our food system, take back the seed, and restore our planet's diversity. So, in celebration of our resistance, and to follow what Vandana Shiva said, that we plant our gardens of resistance, we're going to try and each plant our own seeds today. Obviously, we can't plant them on this concrete slab right here. So we have made some recycled pots, and our lovely farmers that came here today brought some seeds, and we had some lovely people bring soil as well. So if you turn around, don't move anywhere yet, my friend in the yellow and in the gray are waving their hands, and they are going to be in charge of distributing pots to each person and giving you a seed. Now don't plant the seed just yet, because we will tell you how to do it, and we're all going to do it together. And obviously you have to know how to take care of that plant. So that's when we will read you the instructions on how to take care of it once you get home, so you can grow your own piece of resistance at home. We don't want it to end at this march, and we want this to be a long battle. So thank you all for coming, and I will, I guess, Misha, are you going to be distributing it to them? Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you guys just want to make your way over there and pick up a pot and then come back over here, just slowly, casually, not all at once. Yeah, I will.
Good.
Thank you.
I'd like a box. I'd like a box.
That lady's got one.
You have a box.
That's not what, that's a bag. Oh, right, and this bag.
Just one?